It's time to snake, Rattler, and roll with this free figure Mattel sent over. They did not send over any jokes. All me. Turtles of Grayskull Rattlor, and this is where the true genius of crossovers comes into play. So, as a kid, obviously He-Man was a huge thing. I was a kid of the late 80s, but He-Man was a bit just a shy past me, so while my brothers were super into it, I never fully got into He-Man. You saw all the figures, but Turtles was my jam. But they have this mutated snake men creature, Rattlor, with the excellent logo, the devilishly awesome card back. You have Rattlor here with his crazy snake neck fighting Clamp Champ. You have Mechanic in the background there. The crossover, it's just so cool, it turns me into a Motu fan. And I'm actually curious, if you're just a Motu fan, has this turned you into a Turtles fan? Because just the way they do the designs, it's just so cool. How can I not love it? So they pull you in. So a good move, super genius. I've already cut him open. We're doing the flap, of course. That awesome snaky packaging. We get him out. He does come with a mini comic, of course. They always do. That's another of the cool things. Turtles don't come with mini comics. They're missing out. I cut the flap weird. You have, of course, before we get to the comic, they do this very cool. Like if you're at all wondering what pops off. And this is the coolest one yet, because they don't include necessarily like all the gear. Rattlor, everything's popping off. Everything in gray, as you can see. Super cool. The mini comic, Reptile Wars, Snake in the Shadows. You know the drill. I've done the full video on this. You can also check it out at Toy Habits. I think I can link to them here. Super cool people. But yeah, this mini comic is just fantastic. So many awesome moments. Yeah, the links, check them out in the description. I try to put them on the video, but I don't know what I'm doing. Probably doing it wrong. This guy, right away, I can tell you, knowing nothing about Motu, it's the coolest Rattlor ever. So you get him out of there, and now his accessories, especially compared to Donnie. Donnie's setting the bar for the whole wave, and this guy's hard to get out of the packaging. He technically has less accessories, but boy, what he comes with is just so much more amazing. I lost a gauntlet. No, I didn't lose a gauntlet. So, not necessarily stacked with accessories, but also, they didn't skimp on anything with him. This thing. Look at this cool thing. It's like some kind of... It's almost like a face hugger going on there. You can put a shell on it, right? So, if you wanted to, make him some turtle snake thing, you can. Maybe there's other attachments coming. But he's so cool. So he has his classic, vintage rubbery tail. This figure, it is a little translucent. Not quite as translucent as some of the different, promo or prototype shots might have shown. But I don't care. You know why? Because of these. These freaking neck pieces, right? So he's an awesome figure. The detail, he's just freaking beautiful. The coolest Rattlor. I love the translucent blue, the hot pink. But, and there's his, I believe that's his normal Rattlor thing. You pop that off. Boom, you have one neck extension. And you're like, okay, look at that cool, crazy head there. And he's going to get so tall, I'm going to need to raise the camera. That head articulates, right? And so there's something about the pink glow. There we go. It's hard to necessarily get a focus on it. But the jaw articulates, so that's super rad. He's eating things, you get him, he's fighting Raph. He's fighting Donnie, rather. Donnie, he's not doing such a great job. Bada bing, Raph has to step in. You're getting the sigh through the freaking mouth, because the mouth has, a gap in it, so all sorts of play there. But you're like, hey, what's the rest of the neck? Yeah, 2 neck pieces. This makes it freaking wild. Suddenly you have some long neck dinosaur dragon guy. Yeah. He's attacking from a distance. What can Raph do? He needs his snaky arm thing, right? But even then, with Raph's snaky arm, he can barely reach him. Rattlor's fanging him, and so Raph has to get in close. This Rattlor is freaking rad. Are you kidding me? And of course, yeah, he rattles. He rattles all the live long day. I love this guy. The standard articulation, you know, full Townsend. He's got the single jointed elbows. The hand, I've maybe popped it off a little too much. And it's also, the hand socket on him is kind of deep in there. So it doesn't like fall out, but it pops out easy. No crunch, standard legs, and he's got that. The feet are a little kind of more of a pain because they have the, you know, that Stranger Things Demigorgon feet going on. At least that's how I know him. But he's just freaking cool. And then like the swapping, you're gonna want to give everybody long Freako necks. You just got to. You got to give Donnie a long. Donnie's my favorite to give a long Freako neck. I think it works the best with him. But if you want like a giant Snake Man Raph, you know, obviously you can make him like an actual snaky Raph. But I just love. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just a. I don't know what it is, but that's just charming as hell. Let me get you the full picture. Let me hold on, Raph. Oh, you have to balance him before he falls over. That's cool. That's cool as hell. That's a top 10 figure of the year. I don't care who you are. Just doing wacky long-necked hijinks for that. I will say, as you're taking off, ooh, that really shot around. As you're taking off his pieces, I am worried a little bit. Am I busting stuff? I don't know. The face huggery clampy thing, it is on there super tight, and this plastic, it's like a rigid plastic. So I don't think I'm going to break it. It doesn't feel great sliding it around, especially because look at that like wicked cool snake eye. There's all these like gingerly kind of like cool tips on it. But when you're putting it back in there, what I found the best way is take the arms off, do a little rattling, because you got to pay the rattle tax, and I kind of corkscrew it in. That's how I kind of maybe get away from bending it. I don't know, maybe I'm just scared. I love this Rattlor. He's so freaking fun, you know? Like, he's such a cool enemy for the turtles. In the mini comic, Rattlor, he fares prominently in the comic. He's like the big bad, and it's just so sick, this Rattlor design. He even, you know, spoilers, he bites Mechanic and things go south, but Mattel they're just mad geniuses. You can even do, of course, just the no neck Rattlor, but you always want to be double neck, and he has these things. These things actually pop off a lot. That does kind of annoy me, but they snap back on. I don't know how you fix that. So let me get you a proper look at our Rattlor. Look at him. He's just sick. It's a cool figure. I do find maybe the legs seem like a little loose, but he's fine. He has the tail to work as kind of like a stand, and the feet are kind of messed up in terms of standing anyways. But he's so cool as you have him going against Mechanic. They're like long neck sword fighting. How does that work? I don't know. It's rad. It's rad. Yeah, and the magic Grayskull. I love Mechanic too. So stay tuned. He'll be the last one, but the best for last, maybe. I don't know. Turtles of Grayskull. This Reptile Wars. I was so thrilled that they kept it going, and I keep hoping. I hope they keep hoping it. I keep it going. Just go more, Mattel. Do more. I'm totally hooked on Turtles and He-Man, the comics, everything. Never stop. Thank you so much for watching. Again, check out the lovely folks at Toy Habits. They did an amazing write-up. That's where kind of one of my secret places to get info for, you know, He-Man, turtley stuff, because they're always quick on the jump too. So check them out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day, week, night, whatever. Bye.